Welcome back, wood lovers. It's Tommy's Tonewoods. Today we are looking at wood that's been requested quite a lot in the comment section. We are looking at Wenge, not Wenge, Wenge, Millettia laurentii from Africa, found mainly in the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon and Cameroon. It is a phenomenally underrated tonewood. Usually underrated, I think, because it's quite plain looking. Personally, I think it's stunning. I absolutely love the look. They're kind of very straight grained, black and brown lines. I really love it. On a Janka scale, we are looking at 1,930 pounds force, and with a specific gravity at 12% of 0.87. Now, I was reading about the Janka scale today, and that doesn't seem like a high enough rating. I think it's much harder than the Janka scale, the official Janka scale rating. Having worked with it, I use it a lot for neck carving. I use it a lot for necks, and when carving the necks, I have a really hard time with it. It is notoriously splintery. If you get a Wenge splinter, you are going to know about it. It's probably going to get infected and go all septic and gunky and horrible pretty quickly. If you get a Wenge splinter, you want to make sure, damn sure you get it out quick. It doesn't smell particularly nice. I always think it smells like a wet horse. If you're familiar with horses, I think Wenge smells like a wet horse. Wet horse wood. Lots of people are put off because it's plain looking. But one of the things that's great about plain looking even woods is that it works really well when set against bold colour. So for example, I've got a guitar back here and I'm using some hot pink for the binding, which I think looks amazing. So it's Wenge binding with a hot pink accent, and I think that looks great. I've used it with red, I've used it with blues and yellows. It's fantastic. So if you're interested in experimenting with colour, get yourself some Wenge. It's always this even kind of brown, beautiful stuff. Now we're all here for the tap tone, so let's give it a little tap. This is not the best example. I don't have a full Wenge set at the moment, so this is actually quite a thin piece. It's quite narrow. Although it's kind of down to where I would have it as a finished back thickness. But let's give it a tap, see if you can get a sense. Put your headphones on and hold on to your seat. Now, if you've got your headphones on, you're going to hear a really low sub bass. I can feel it going along with that really nice high. You've got a really warm, low bass coming on underneath there as well. It's very, very pleasing indeed. Very, very rosewood-like. Irvin Samoji was a big fan of Wenge. He introduced me to it, I think so, as an acoustic tonewood. I made my first three acoustic guitars with Wenge. It's reasonably affordable. I've got some other pieces here that I'm gonna. This is a billet that I'm going to be converting into fingerboard blanks and bridge blanks, but it's going to give you another really good example. I've got my fretting hammer here of just how high Q this wood is, how responsive it is. I'm barely touching it with the hammer. But it's like an organ pipe. Got another piece here, slightly smaller, slightly thicker. Like a milk bottle. It's really quite amazing. Hopefully, on whatever device you are listening, you can get a grip on that. So yeah, Wenge, fantastic. Let's get some magic spray on here. Really dark, rich colour, very uniform. Big fan. Big fan. Now this is quartersawn, so the grain is running straight, and the annual growth rings are arriving at the face of the wood at between 60 and 90 degrees. The interesting thing about Wenge, and I'll grab a fingerboard blank here, is that when you cut it crown cut, the variance in the growth rings, the hard and the soft, I guess the winter and the summer, is made more apparent. It's kind of black set against brown, and it's very, very apparent and very striking. Hopefully you can pick that up. But that is one of the characteristics that makes it very difficult to work with. The black, the denser, darker portions are significantly harder than the lighter portions. So when you're carving it especially, it makes it very, very difficult. It wants to tear out. Planing this stuff is really difficult. It's going to blunt your tools very quickly. Chiseling it, trying to pare it, again, very, very hard. High mineral content. Unfortunately, it's yet another one that has been heavily exploited by the furniture industry. It's used a lot for flooring. So it's one of those ones that we're going to have to keep an eye on. At the moment, it's still pretty readily available. But yet again, unfortunately, it's another dark wood that has been overexploited. Make sure that you know and trust your supplier if you're thinking about getting some Wenge. If you are interested in having a guitar made from Wenge, talk to your luthier. Make sure they know where the product is coming from. And ideally, make sure it is FSC certified. So there you go, Wenge. Fantastic tonewood. I love it. I want to build with it more often. And I've got a few little Tommy tricks in mind for an upcoming Wenge project to make it even more visually spectacular. Let me know what you think in the comments. Love chatting to you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.